on Tuesday morning. We are finally getting you a regular Tuesday Tidbits today. We hope you all had a great 4th of July this past weekend and celebrated like you really wanted to with all your family around you. Today what we're going to do is we're going to show you a technique of how to actually piece a circle into a circle. So it's one of the kits that we're going to be having on our brand new website, which hopefully will be debuted very, very soon.
Not that you haven't heard that before.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
We're doing the best we can.
We're getting there. We truly are getting there. We had a preview of it the other day, and it's looking really nice. Anyways, so one of the kits that we're doing is this has this really nice star, which this was pieced by a machine. It wouldn't be a beginner's project, but if you take your time and do, one seam at a time, it actually is really quite doable.
And sometimes it's fun to stretch yourself a little bit,
And this isn't a huge project. It's only 12 blocks, so very easy to do. So what I did is once I've gotten this, in the pattern, actually what they did is they took the background and they gave you this much of a section as a template on the pattern. And then they had you just seam them at the north, south, east, west sides of this.
Which you can do.
If you have one of the circle cutters, really nice thing.
Do you have one here?
No, I took it back to the store. But what you want to do, and this is just a little bit of math for you, don't be nervous, you can handle this. When I did this star finishes, or no, not finishes, from edge to edge is 10.5 inches. So if you think about that, if you take your 1/4 inch seam off of that then now brings it down to a 10-inch finished circle, right? Got that so far. So then to figure out what size circle you're going to cut out to fit this into here, I cut a 9.5. Now that doesn't make sense, but stick with me here for a second.
Yep.
If you think about it, I'm 9.5 from here to here. But when I go back a 1/4 inch, that's actually increasing my size. So the 9.5 goes to 10 finished. Bingo, dingo, dingo, dingo. Yes, 10 on both. 10-inch finished circle, 10-inch finished background.
So can you just say automatically it's an inch difference?
It's an inch difference, yes. But you want to make sure that the background circle is smaller than the actual piece that you're putting into it, which really doesn't make any sense.
But it works.
It works. Yes, it does. So then what I'm going to do, and if you noticed, this is one of the places where I do pin thoroughly. So I have gone around and I decided that I wanted all of my stars to have one star point up. So I started with a pin there, got my half, got my 1/4, and then I actually did go back in and put another pin. So it would be, you have 8 pins all the way around. Did the same thing with the background. Okay, now here's where it gets a little funky. So what you want to do is I'm starting out with that pin that I started with my star point up. I'm going to flip these right sides together. Now you do not want to do this. You want to do this. Okay, so it's going to go on the bottom.
Try it once. Once you get it in your mind, it's not hard.
You start pinning it and it works. So then I'm going to take and go to my left, match pins. And the thing is, the most important thing is you've got to make sure that your edges match. Don't let anything slip as you go. So now all you're doing is you're going around, you're going to match up your pins and then just stick one back in. So that when you are all done, you have this hot mess that looks just like this.
You know what it looks like? That little Guyette thing that you made the other night.
Right. We had fresh blackberries. They were so good.
Is that what it's called?
It is a Guyette, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or Galletti, I don't know how you pronounce it. I just say Guyette. So now I'm ready to sew this. And obviously it's going to be easier sewing it this way than it is this way because you're not going to be able to fuss that back in. So I've got 1/4 inch seam allowance. Can you scooch over? Terry's being very good being the non-mobile person that she is right now. So.
And I would like to say thank you very much for all the notes and all that other nonsense. This is what we are to right now. Ready? Woohoo!
After surgery with a plate and multiple pins, she is back. Humpty Dumpty is back together again.
Yes. Especially on the Humpty and the Dumpty, really. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I've got my nice 1/4 inch. And then what you got to do is you just it will ease in.
Now remember too, it's not really biased, but you got a lot of woogetiness
right.
that you have to treat
gently.
Kindly, yes.
Right. Yeah, as somebody always said, if you treat bias well, it will treat you well. And actually, that's the whole point. It's going to work to your favor here. And you can see when I'm going from pin to pin, you see that this will actually fit in
Okay,
here,
I
I know,
can't
without
yet.
my hand.
Yeah, do you see how that works?
Do you see how it's really lining up nicely here? And again, remember, keep those edges together. Don't let anything slide past. You want to keep them nice and this is not a 90-mile-an-hour job.
Yes, I was going to say this
So
is a
you've got
slow-
to just poke along here. Get your edges up. And it may look like you get a pleat there, but you're not going to, because that is within your 1/4 of an inch. Get those edges nice.
And don't sew over
Don't
your
sew
pins.
over any pins, or else you're going to be seeing the machine doctor. Push that out. Get that all.
Nice hands there, Marty.
I know. I've been out in the garden.
No,
What
it's
can I
not
tell you?
that. That's
Oh,
all I
that's
can
all
see.
you can see is hands? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'll try to flatten everything out here.
So you get the idea.
So you're just going to basically stitch all the way around doing this, and it will ease in so nicely. This is one of those that it's a technique that's scarier than it actually is.
Refer back to this. Sometimes it's good to stretch ourselves.
Yeah. And like I said, this goes back to it's a very small project that the pattern was. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was so that you can reference it when you go in and look for it. But
We don't have a picture of it, or the pattern, do we?
I don't know.
Because we've been doing a lot of backing and forthing, we don't quite know which ends up right now. Sorry about that.
So you can see you just keep going round and round and round and round here. Match your edges and go a little bit at a time. And you can see that's poking out there, so I'm just reaching under and pulling it back to where it needs to be.
And it looks like a hot mess right now.
It does. But when you get it all nice and pressed, look how pretty they are. And when you press these, it makes a lot of sense. What you're going to do is the circle will stay flat, and the background will bend over. Because if you try doing it the other way, it's going to be even a worse hot mess.
And look at the points.
Look at those points. I was really impressed. I thought, don't look at that one.
Okay, put your hand over that one. It probably just needed to be pressed out a little bit.
Maybe a little bit more. So this is what this quilt is going to be. And it's just going to be a block to block to block, but really nice little quilt. And
again,
very appropriate for our 4th of July-ish.
And it's a different technique, something that maybe nobody's ever tried before.
Yep.
But
So
that's a good thing.
Just take it little by little.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to send out another email this week with all of the deets for the picnic, which is coming up next Monday. We hope you can join us. Anything else we need to talk about?
Can't think of anything.
All right, hopefully we'll see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.